Excuse me. Alrighty, welcome to the ADLR podcast. I am here. Anthony, we're back. After 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
I think two.
It feels like 2 weeks. And we got Brian here. We're short a man's.
What you call me?
We're short a man's.
Mm.
If he pops up, he'll pop up and I'll just edit around it. I'm cool on that anyway. On the bright side, we have bigger I don't know. That could be a Miller. It's LaCroix. LaCroix. Do you like LaCroix over? That's your favorite sparkling?
No,
What's your favorite sparkling?
I don't know, but it's not that.
Oh, okay. Do you even
Yeah, that
have a list in your head of what's what? Okay. Let me bring
Probably
up
the
mine.
ice ones.
The ice ones?
Yeah, the one that come.
Oh,
with
ice. Yeah, the sparkling. Don't some of them have caffeine in them?
I got cold out of nowhere.
Oh, okay. You can still hear through.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound muffled or weird?
I mean, yeah, it sounds muffled, but so you're still intelligible.
Oh, all right.
What? I'm just kidding.
And I just started yelling at the top of my lungs. That sounds terrible. And anybody listening to it would probably just immediately unsubscribe. That'll take away 2 of my subscribers. You let that shit.
50 million.
You still have that? Do you have like paper or something? That looks so sweaty when you brought it up to drink the can.
It is. I keep basically pissing myself because it. Oh well.
That's why I was asking if you had like a napkin or something to hold the moisture. Oh, coaster, my fault. What? Don't reinvent the wheel, I guess. Well, I guess napkins would have been the thing, and they're like, hey, what if we made something we can sell for more, like a coaster? Anywho, um, yeah, pretty. I keep saying hiatus like it's long enough. Yeah, we had to skip some weeks. I'm back from a trip to London. Went shop at the mall. I reference that really often. You can ask Daniana for verification on that. Confirmation. I'm sorry.
Did you ever actually shop at the mall?
We went to some malls. I mean, I got a shirt that says "Mind the Gap" because they say that often when you're going in and out of trains. When you're about to approach the stop, it's like mind the gap between the train and the platform. And we heard it so many times. I'm like, mind the gap. Everything that they also have signs just in case there's like a step or like irregular step. You know, instead of watch that step or hey watch, it's mind the step.
Okay.
So anytime there would be like some sign that's trying to warn you about the weird levels between a room and the outside or something, it's like mind the step. And on the intercom, there's a bunch of mind the gap between the train and the platform, like the entire time.
That's how they say it?
Yeah, it's like a pre-recording. So you keep hearing that very formal and eloquent, mind the gap. And then when we were walking around some of the shops, there's like obviously gift shops or like places to get bina to buy because, hey, I've been to London and you trying to get gifts for people. So there was a shirt that said "Mind the Gap." Well, first of all, let me back up. There's a logo that's for like the underground train station. That's red circle and then blue background text, right? And then the text of whatever station. Like South Kensington is the one we were at. That was closest to the hotel at the time. So there was like South Kensington with white text on blue background with a red circle behind it, right? That's like the logo for the underground station, right? So instead of saying a station name, but my shirt says "Mind the Gap." So I'm like, oh, that's pretty sex, right?
Yeah, you said that?
Yeah, and then they immediately, man, you know how many times anyone with a European accent of any sort, an Irish accent, Scottish, you're like, conversed with me, it was like every fiber of my being trying not to do it right back at them. The only thing I got away with was water. Or water.
Wow.
No, not water, just water. T, like pronouncing the T. I'm like, when they would say it to me, I'm like, yeah, I'll have some water. And I'm like, that's my win. Because if not, I would have been like, yo, get my water. or
You're a
doing
bigger
so.
man than I.
Yeah,
Any sentence I said, I'd end with, you know me.
you know what I mean.
You know me.
We heard a wild. Do you know what I mean? Walking by people. Oh, first of all, that town is like clockwork. Nothing, almost nothing's open before 10 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and by 5:30, I mean like when you like accidentally uh, like disturb a beehive and shit just comes flying out. People leave their jobs straight to a pub. Right? It is
Nice.
drinking. Like the inside is packed with people, and there's people out in the streets just everyone with a beer in hand. It's like they do it as like a ritual. Uh, the weather was fantastic because it was at at hottest chilly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it got pretty cold.
Like what
During
percent? What temperature? Oh, you probably gotta get used to that too, right? Because it's Celsius.
yes, but I mean it was all sweater weather. Like wear a jacket. Like it wasn't like uncomfortably cold. It was oh my god, I wish we had this in Florida cold, right?
Hmm.
Like it's just chill. And then it got the worst it got. It was like when it got really cold and windy. Now, when that happened, it was like, oh my god, I'm dying, bro. But then you see people who've been there since day one of England or some shit, right? Or London, just shirt, like very casual, right? Some pants, not even jeans, walking like it's nothing. And I'm like, how are you alive? It's a mixture of everything, dude. Like, the city was just filled with. There was Nigerian people there. There was French Canadian people there. Like, it was sick. It was just cool to see a bunch of fucking cultures together.
Anytime you heard or saw anything that Brian would have approved of, would have fancied, I need you to shoot. I need you to shoot my shot for me there.
Ah,
What they look like.
that's why. Well, I should have done that. There's a bunch of times where I'm like, yeah, Brian would have tried to do the. We would have been escorted out of the facility.
Out
That's
back.
yeah, because I mean, there was like
Yeah.
one or two Irish people that had a very distinct. I'm like, that's Irish, right? Like this guy is Irish. We had one Cockney dude, and he was like on the street trying to get people to donate to a charity, like some charity organization. I think shout out to Nate. Was it Nate or Nathan? To Nathan. I don't.
Nathan.
Yeah, he came up to me and or he came up. I was looking through GPS to try to get to a location, and in any city, and if you're not walking with a purpose in the city, they're gonna come after you, right? They're gonna be like, oh, I can go talk to them and probably get something. So we were standing around for a bit, and he went straight for Janiana. And then when I looked up, she was already mid con with him. Like, all right, let's see how we can get out of here. We immediately talk about I'm from Hampton, and like it went straight into his, and I'm like, I want to say Peaky Blinders so fucking bad. I just want to say it to him, just Peaky Blinder, and he's gonna
You
be like,
Shelby.
"Are you a fucking Shelby?"
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I was like, I need to get this out, but I don't know who would be understanding. Like it sounds like we're making fun of the accent, but I like it, and it
Did you
was.
see anybody with those kind of hats? That would have been a segue for you.
I almost bought one of those hats because we went to a shop and they had it, and I'm like, I don't know if I
You
but
should
it
have.
but it
You
wasn't
should
like
have
an
just tried it
official
on.
shop. It was like I didn't want to because it was like one of those shops like it's not an official shop. It's like a mom and pop shop. They just have it hanging, so anyone could have just came in and tried it and put it back, kind of thing. Like it was close to the door, so I'm like, I don't know. My gut said don't do it, so that's why I didn't do it. But they had those on sale as well. We went to like a Harry Potter shop there too. There was a Harry Potter or not Harry Potter, like a Warner Brothers tour or something that I was told about. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't remember. I think they had a bucket, and I didn't want to book anything. I just wanted to explore. Usually, when I travel anywhere, I just like to walk around, and especially a city like this. Yeah, walking around, taking the train station, and that's pretty much like the main uh the huge takeaway from that was like I think I want to be in a city. Like I like not having a car, just walking to places, taking the public transportation. It was pretty dope. I mean, London's different than other places that have train stations and stuff. But that was a very chill time. Not a lot of extra stuff I need to worry about. Like we would walk out of the hotel and I'm like, oh, all I need is my phone and my uh phone and wallet, and that's it. And I can get Like to pay for the sub thing, you can do the what is it, the NFC on your phone, like Google
Mm-hmm.
Pay. You just boom, and then okay, the gate opens, you can go into the train and go wherever you need to go. It was like $1 and something initially, and then depending on how far you go, obviously,
Mm.
they'll charge you more. On the first night, I tried to get in there as fast as possible, but we went to the pub where Ted and Coach Beard go to in the show
Oh.
in Richmond. So yeah, we took a train to Richmond and then walked around that area for a bit, and it's pretty dope. We didn't go to the stadium or anything, but we went. I took a picture of the pub, and it looks just like it. And I think they shot it there. And that street, that's where where it's located. A bunch
Mm-hmm.
of Ted Lasso like merch and ads. Like, oh, this is
Did
a
you get
bar.
anything?
No, it was like closed down already. Because remember, past 5:30, everything's closed unless it's a pub or like somewhere to eat. So like the barbershop they showed there, like where I guess the cast got maybe did their hair or something, but it's like, hey, Ted got his haircut here or some shit or whatever the case is. But it was cool to walk around and just see that everything's just dope. It felt like you're in a city, but with Europeans. And everybody there had, I keep saying this to almost everyone I know, but the first night we were there, we took like the double decker bus thing and went on the second floor of the bus. And anyone
Mm-hmm.
else who walked up there had blue eyes. I don't know if, and they weren't, it didn't look like they were related, but it was literally like walking up, turned, that guy had a blue eyes. Some old lady come up, blue eyes. And it was like for like 7 in a row of people. I'm like, am I missing something? Or are we about to get captured by some cult?
I'm pretty sure Janelle would have been fine because she wants blue eyes or something like that, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
There was this also really upset dude. What, like, I don't know if he was homeless or whatever, but we were like, he was just yelling in the streets with his red backpack, just pulling it along. Like he was having a conversation with somebody, but just yelling. I didn't see a earbud or nothing. He was just going crazy, I think. And I'm like, all right, so we're crossing the street now. The last thing I do is this guy swinging at me with his backpack like it's a Yakuza.
Better than the dick.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it depends because it could be a backpack full of dicks, and if he hits me and they all come out, and then now they're all over me on the street, like what happens to me?
I think that's still a better outcome. I think. No pun intended.
Then getting hit by his actual dick? Ah, you're right. You're right. I'm with you on
I
that.
mean, think about the replay. Telling the story. What's like? No, did that happen?
Yeah, I think the bag because that first of all, that's a crazy story. Also, it's hilarious because it's just it could just be a bag. Oh, now we can get too far into this topic. Is it real dicks that he just severed off like he's a bandit, or is it like a bunch
That's
of dildos or stuff? What happened?
your story, man.
It was not my story. It's just it's
What do
ours.
you choose?
We're creating it as it goes, right?
Yeah, I wasn't there, so I don't know.
Again, he didn't swing at me with a back. We're going into it. He actually swung at me, right? Wait,
What did it feel like when he swung it at you?
heavy, dude. Like the balls on this guy, right?
Mm,
It's
the
just a
dick
ball.
on this guy.
Yeah, the dick on this guy, dude. Anywho, what else? We messed up the first night because we had a wedding to go to Monday, local Orlando time,
I was gonna
right?
say, if you know people that are of European descent getting married and I wasn't invited, I would have gotten pissed.
Oh no no no! This was before the trip thing. That's what happened last Monday, and then right into the next day Tuesday we had a flight in the afternoon, which was at 5, and then it's like a 9-hour flight, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be like an 8.5 hours, but then as soon as we like took off, the captain's like, "Hey, it looks like we have the Mario fucking turbo pad, and we'll be there in an hour earlier." Okay, cool. So we got there an hour earlier, so it was like a 7.5 hour flight. Now in London, it's a 5 hour difference. So like
Okay.
we're recording this right now in the U.S. of A. Eastern time. So leaving at 5 o'clock here is 10 o'clock that time, right?
AM or PM?
PM.
Okay. Hey,
It's 5 hours
math.
ahead. What do you mean? 5
Hey,
p.m.
math.
here. Okay, maths. It's maths, Brian. They say I heard a guy say maths, and I'm like,
Did he say quick maths?
quick. The Cockney guy that tried to sell us not sell us, try to get us a chair to donate. He's like, I'm not going with maths, and I'm like, choice. Brian will be all over this fucking place.
I need
Um,
to go at some point in my. That's my
yeah,
bucket list.
that you'd have a great time in London.
Knowing me though, I think I'd get a one way.
Yeah, I no. There's times where I'm like, I think I should just move here, and I'm like, oh no, I can't. I can't work at Deep Watch and live here. It has to be in the U.S. So it'd be quite the drastic change. Um, what was I talking about before the quick
Uh,
muffs? Oh, the mistake we did. So yeah, we leave here at 5 p.m. and get there at in their local time 7 in the morning. I think it is. Now we get there and we're like, all right, cool. It's daytime. We're feeling like I think we can start exploring and stuff. We start googling to see what's open and everything's closed because again, everything opens like at 9:30, 10 or something like that.
mm-hmm.
Like they're that's something I got to give them props for. They are it's a well-oiled machine over there from what I gathered, right? Anywho, so instead of just taking a nap and then exploring, we were like, fuck it. We just hit the streets, started walking around the local area and stuff, and we're like, I feel like the cartoons where like guy has nothing left. Like the energy's gone. He's borrowing from a different timeline, right? And it got to like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, all right, dude, let's go take a nap at the hotel and do something. Let's get some energy back, right? So like, I will set the alarm for about an hour. I don't even know if we set an alarm. We're just like, it's gonna be a 2 hour nap. Like 3 to 4 hours later, we wake up and it's already like 4:45, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're like, oh damn, we kind of feel like you wasted a day because we just got there and you woke up at 5 after going to sleep at around 1 or 2. You're like, we could have done so much in those hours. We start googling to see what attractions we can go to or tours and stuff, and it's like, yeah, the last entry was like 10 minutes ago. It's like what? And it's like, yep, they all the attractions and stuff closed like at 5:30, maybe latest 6. So like, oh, we really did just fuck up. So we should just slept in the beginning and then used like the late afternoon to go check shit out. So at that point, we're like, well, it's already 6 o'clock. So it's like, what are we gonna do? So I'm like, we can go to Richmond, and then we took the train and stuff. It took a little bit, but went to Richmond, started walking around there at night, which is why I got to see the pub where Ted and Coach Beer hash out their troubles. What was I gonna say? That's it. And then the rest was just dope stuff. I can't remember everything off the top of my head because it was like a blur. Last week was so much. We did so fucking much, and it was only a matter of. It was only a week
Mm.
or a couple days of walking around and stuff. The amount of cardio I did there, shit. Oh my
How'd the
gosh!
oh
And the food. They were not kidding, dude. Like it's the preservatives and shit they're adding on here it has to do something because like we compared two things. We looked up nutritional facts between like the United States and like Europe and stuff, and there's just so much less shit in their food because I think it's fresher or some shit. I don't know. Dana took a one bite of something with ketchup and she's like, they don't make ketchup like this. And she's like, oh damn, okay. I don't know much about ketchup, so I'm like, I just took her word for it. She's like, yeah, this tastes better. This ketchup tastes better. And it was just we were just in a walk-in mom and pop spot that had a bottle of regular ketchup. Like I think it was Hertz or something.
mm.
The food was definitely good. Everything felt fresh, like cooked fresh and stuff. It was dope. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I think that's about it. Were you gonna ask me something just now?
I was gonna ask about the actual event you went there for.
It was okay. I thought like dev conferences were more involved. It just felt the conference in question, the CDJS London for people who are listening and are interested, is that's my first developer conference, so I thought it was gonna be more than it was. Like it was. Unfortunately, a lot of it was for the main day anyway. That's what I got tickets for. Is the main day, which is on that Friday. Um, I don't know. We had like Node, the guy from Node, on there. They just mostly discuss updates and like, hey, use our stuff. Like I feel like they were just peddling stuff that they made.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, I'm not gonna fault them for. That's how you get more eyes on it, and it's open source software, so you need more eyes on there. Node was on there. Svelte is another like framework that talked about some stuff, but it was just showing off stuff they've updated on their framework. Like we can do this now. It's like all right, and they were just showing off like updates that they made, and it's like all right, I don't want to belittle it, but I mean that's a YouTube video you could have sent me, dude. Like I don't know, I was expecting like hey, we were like more experimental stuff. We've been working on this and this. What do you guys like? I don't know.
Clone your back hairs.
Yeah, like I imagine like there's something. They just felt like, hey, here's an like they did a stand up or something, like a daily stand up. Like here's, hey man, here's what we've done. Make sure to use our new stuff. It wasn't like, I don't know, man. I didn't feel like I was learning much stuff. It was just, hey, these are tools available for you to use in your life, I guess, or something. I don't know. It was really weird. But again, that was my first one. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that was just an off year for that conference. I just, who else? Astro. All things Astro was shown. It was like a weird, not weird, but actually it was a little weird. Some guy was from AWS, I think, was just showing off some how to deploy some stuff with micro front ends, and I mean, he made like a simple page that he deployed, and then he's like, "Oh, while that's deploying through all our CDNs and stuff, let's talk about why you would want to do this." And it's like, okay, I don't know. I just thought it was just okay. It didn't pertain much into like, oh, new software design patterns that we've looked into or something. Like, I don't know. I wanted a more technical.
You want to dive in.
Yeah, I wanted like a technical dive into like something. I don't know, something dope about Java. I mean, City.js or JavaScript or TypeScript or something. I don't know. I was building it up in my head to be more than it was, I guess. So it was
More
like
than it was.
it was kind of whatever. But
Were
the
they American or are they also British? The people holding it.
oh my god, it's everywhere. Like in English, there's British people host like different talks. So like this guy's gonna talk about something for a bit, and then so there's a bunch of people from different places gathered
Did
there
you
to
hear
talk about
anybody
their
speaking
stuff.
Spanish? They didn't go like, "Oye, chico,
Oh yeah,
coding."
go yeah,
You didn't hear
chico.
that?
No, and I didn't throw any fucking Brugal on the table or anything.
Oh shit!
I did hear Spanish. There was definitely Hispanics walking around London. Like not in the conference, just I heard almost every type of language, dude. Probably. I don't know what Dutch sounds like or like, like
You think you heard
Sweden
our
or
people? Did you think you heard Did you hear or anything like that?
there was we went to Buckingham Palace to take the you know the pics for at Buckingham Palace, and they have like services where there's people who like the carriages like they ride the bike and you just hang out in the carriage and they take you places. One
Mm-hmm.
drove by playing reggaeton at the loud like classic Hispanic, windows down, loud music, but on bike form, and I'm like, what's going on here? The guy who's riding the bike didn't even look that Hispanic. Like he just looked like he was like British or something. So I'm like, is this popping out or maybe he's half? I don't know.
They say apparently like the most like music century like culture is actually in like the UK and stuff like that because a lot of DJs do come from there, so maybe that's what it is.
Then that might be it because I was like, what? Why? I was not expecting to hear any reggaeton when I was over there, and then this guy just comes with customers, like he's pedaling with somebody there and just blasting reggaeton, dude. I'm like, this is quite the experience. I don't know, man. I kind of just I liked it a lot. Just it just felt like a city that looked cool to live in. Just walk around. Everyone, oh, the fashion. Since it's cold out, everyone's wearing long coats. Like
Mm.
they look like they were like, I'm okay. This is like a modern Peaky Blinder. Everyone's looking dope, fresh. Uh, Food portions are, I think, what they're supposed to be. Like I ordered, we went to an Italian spot and we ordered pasta. Obviously, I'm like, I'm gonna try it. First of all, the pasta was fantastic. Second of all, it was like a small, normal size. Like I'm like, I eat it and I'm like, okay, it was good. I wasn't completely full because I'm used to our portions, right? But I'm like, okay, it's enough to be like, I understand. It tastes good. It was great. And everyone there is like, almost everyone there was not fit, but like since everyone's walking around, I'm like, everyone's like nice and everyone's like put together there, dude. Like I don't know how to else explain it. I mean, granted, some like I mentioned, there's like homelessness and like we saw one or two like homeless people like near the stations and stuff, but like I don't know, it just felt more put together. And I don't know if it's a facade or not, but it just felt like a well-oiled machine. And there's one building we saw that looked like a fucking villain's super lair or something. I think I have some pics. I'll probably share it in the Discord once I remember to upload all of them. But there's one I'm like, what the heck? What business runs through this? Like, who? If you're If anyone would be like, hey, come do business with us, you just come to our spot and we'll hash out some what's it called? And you walk up to this building, you're like, there's no way I'm walking in there. That looks
Mm-hmm.
like Robotnik's lair.
When you go in, either you're working for them or you're dead.
Yeah, like that's what it looked like. I'm like, I don't know. It looks so industrial. Like it looks like it was made by old industrial buildings. They just slapped it together. I don't remember what it was called. We were walking around the district where it was, I guess, a bunch of money's made. I don't know. It's like a lot of tall ass buildings and corporate area. That's where I saw all the business people who work there just walk out and go straight to a pub. I'm telling you, it's so many people. Just hey, time to go grab a drink, and it's everyone has it in hand or on the table in front of them. There was nobody not drinking.
But
Or
do you guys have anything?
on the last day, we were like, oh, well, we haven't even gotten a pint of something. We haven't gone to the pub and gotten a pipe. So like on Friday night, I think it was, we went to the pub near us, and we got fish and chips and a pint. And it was good. The chips, fish and chips are for Americans out here. In the UK, it's fries. So you get some fish and some French fries. It was pretty good. Which is
What kind of fries is it? Is it like just the fat ones, or what is it?
they were thick. They were like not super thick. There was a middle ground. It's not thin like McDonald's, but it's not thick like they're not wedges, right? Like
Okay.
it's a good size. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, I had a great time. Uh, well, I want to go back to go do other stuff. Because it's close to other countries, but not close enough where it warranted an entire day to go. We
Mm-hmm.
could have technically gone to Amsterdam and stuff, and I really wanted to go check out Amsterdam, but that's hours to get there and then hours to come back to the hotel. It's like, well, that's we haven't explored everything here, and the hours we would take to go to Amsterdam, we can explore stuff here. So if I were to go back, I'd go stay somewhere more east, I think it is, and then for longer. That way, we can just take bus rides or train rides to the other countries because everything's nearby. But that shit was pretty sick. Good old time, even for 2.5 days, I guess it was. Or just yeah, just
Bucket list. I gotta go.
I can see how people easily catch a different country's dialect because if getting surrounded by just the English, like the proper English, easily you can easily grab it. And the TV, what's on TV there is different than here, dude. Like one of the things that was really funny that's like, uh, it was on
I'm
one.
expecting porn.
It that's not no, it's not porn. That would be fucking hilarious. Just straight up porn on TV. No, it's just like some of the hosts. I think it was a show that was on one of the programs. It's not channels. The controls instead of C going up and down to change channel, it's P. So you're swapping between programs. And I'm like,
Mm.
oh wow, that's different. Elevators, there's lifts. That's the new one I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know about lifts. I knew
I
about
knew that one.
chips. I knew about what's it called. Laboratory. If you're trying,
Bathroom.
laboratory or toilets. We went to the pub and the thing just said toilets at the top, and I'm like, all right, that's where they go to piss, I guess. That was pretty funny. What was I gonna say before I just derailed myself?
TV program.
Oh, one of the hosts. I think they were going through a show that goes through the Guinness World Records or something. And then one of the records, I don't know if it was a record or something. Anywho, the thing is, some guy was really funny that made some lady laugh. But the guy says before they cut to the lady, he's like, and we'd like to thank this bloke. He said bloke, I think, on the national television. Uh, for making this young lady laugh. We agree we appreciate it. And then they cut to the lady laughing, and it's just going her laughing, and her most of her tits are out, and just bouncing tits. And I'm like, okay, well, that's quite a cheeky response there for the host. Anyway, but they looked like they were having fun with it. And then for some reason, in the middle of the week, one of the channels was just playing like season 2 Family Guy. Like I'm like these are episodes that I remember watching as they were like when we used to watch Family Guy religiously. Just a bunch of Family Guy, and then later in the night it just switched to American Dad, which I think were older episodes too. And I'm like, what channel is this? So that it's so weird, and it's also weird living 5 hours ahead of you guys. Cause we would wake up like at 9 or something, right? Or 8, or what is it? There's one night. It must have been Friday night. Yeah, because we got up Saturday morning to get to the airport. Yeah, so we woke up like at 5 or 6 in the morning, right? And then I see in Johan's Discord they're still gaming. I'm like, it is 7 in the morning. I'm like, oh no, that's only like 1 o'clock right now at their time. And I'm like, that time difference is wild. It destroyed me. Like my body didn't know when it should be eating, if I should be sleepy. Like there was nights where I'm just like wide eyed open, like it's technically 5 o'clock right now in the afternoon, not 10. So that was hard. So that's why I definitely would like to stay longer, so my body can get accustomed to, hey, you're not doing the same routine because you're 5 hours late.
Hmm.
But I do. I mean, what else? I don't know if there's any. Janelle's pretty good with the stories. I don't know what else. Oh, I'll let Janelle tell you the story. I almost busted my ass in the tub.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. I almost my entire life flashed before my eyes in the tub.
Don't you like to do? Just go to different countries and bust ass.
Yeah, dude. I don't understand what the problem is. First, it was Canada with the ice. This was like they just made this tub, like this porcelain white, and the water, it was slipped the entire time. I'm slipping and
The
sliding.
water was slippery.
It was slipping me.
Yeah, we slipping on semen.
We slipped. I don't know what it was, dude, but like if you didn't have a good footing, you were literally surfing the sides of the fucking tub, dude.
And the water's water over there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I was sitting there fucking surfboarding with my life. I don't understand what's going on. Like I did what we make fun of Forrest doing when she goes with her eyes. That was my face, like trying to reach for something to stop me from fucking falling. Holy shit. Yeah, I think that's about it. The rest of it was like just chill. I had a fucking chicken sandwich at a place. First, it was like a limited time thing. There's like a burger spot, but they do chicken sandwiches, and there was like a limited South California fried chicken sandwich. Holy shit, dude! The good amount of spice. It wasn't like, oh, it burns. Like it's, like I think it's a better mix of spice than the spicy Chick-fil-A. That's the spicy chicken Chick-fil-A. Like it was there, and then when it needed to be, and then once you started, chewing a
Tuna
bit.
Nando's.
We did not. We saw a bunch of them, and I'm like, damn. Another thing we wanted to do was look up chicken shops to see which one she's been to and go, but we just ran out of time. That's why I wish I was there for longer. We just ran out of time. We were walking and going to, using trains to go places, and we used time to grab some gifts for people. I know Janelle likes to bring back stuff. So
You brought back a Irish or British person for me.
yeah, I sure did. Her first name's Sorsha. Sorsha? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, no,
Shersha.
Shersha. I fucked it up. Oh well.
I mean her specifically. I don't see that way, but the name is nice.
Yeah, okay. But that's why I just thought of an Irish lady or Scottish. It's oh my god.
Irish.
Let me look it up. Is she Irish?
I'm gonna look it up. But place your bet before.
I think she's Irish. I thought she
how
was
am I supposed
Irish.
to Google this? I don't know how to spell it. I found it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say just type in SOA.
American-born Irish actress.
Okay.
I'm a year older. I'm a year younger.
That's wild. Really? She looks
really fucking young.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm not saying you're old, but I'm not saying you look old. I'm just saying, yo, we're about to. Oh no, never mind. You're not even in your 30s yet.
No.
I'm about to say we're not 30s. Like you already hit 30.
Yeah, but I don't know because maybe I do look old. Because look at Timothy Chalamet, white me, same birthday down to the day and the year. That kid looks like he's 14.
That's true. That kid is.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet.
Like that.
Anywho, I don't know. That kind of wraps up the London talk here. It was dope. I definitely would recommend. I definitely recommend for people who enjoy city life. If you don't like city life at all, you're gonna fucking hate it.
Ready to go, man. I don't know how, I don't know when. Gotta go.
It's just a different pace. That's why I kind of like going to cities. Like when I went to Atlanta, and I liked it because it's a city. Like metropolitan areas, I like. Like apparently, I'm finding that every time I go to one. I'm like, I gotta be here.
And I'm gonna go over there Single, I'm gonna come back, or I won't come back.
Oh, you won't come back. You might just
Yeah,
want to stay there. It's really nice over there, dude. If you're able to stay there, I'd recommend. It's really nice.
they could. Literally, the first sentence said to me would be like them trying to rob me, and you got me.
Yo, take what you want, fam. It's all yours.
No,
Um,
no more easy. You know me.
you know me. We had when I heard that in a while, me and Jenna looked locked eyes immediately.
Was it like that, or was it more like Chad, bro?
It
Like
was
you
a
know me.
no, it was an older lady. She's like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
so I'm like, damn, she's been watching Statham for a long time, huh?
do you see Mrs. Harris there?
No, that would be dope. I should no, that's Paris. Yeah, why would I? Mrs. Harris goes to Paris, bro. I wouldn't have. We didn't
But
get
where's she
together.
from though?
Oh, good question. Good one. From is she in London in the movie?
Ask her.
I'll call her up.
I don't remember where she's
I
from.
open up
Oh
the
my,
Blu-ray and just yeah. Where you at?
I'm looking it up now. Mrs. Harris goes to Paris.
To Paris. You know what I mean?
London.
Oh, it's London. Then yeah, that's where she's from. That's where we were at. But
Oh, that movie's an adaptation.
of a real life story,
Adapted from Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Mrs. Aris.
It's a novel by Paul Gallico.
Oh, does it say where in London? By any chance? We might have rode by it or gone through it.
I don't know. I'm gonna keep investigating.
I mean, granted, we went to mostly like the tourism spots, but we weren't trying to get caught slipping. You know what I'm saying?
It says London, 1957.
Oh, that took place in the 50s. That movie took place in 57.
That's what it says.
Oh, okay. I don't know why maybe it's the way it was shot. It looked more modern. It looked like a modern time. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that either, because she didn't use much technology in it, so I don't know what. Yeah, they all had house phones and stuff. What the hell was I talking about?
Talking.
Talking about thought and talking.
I just keep saying London. They're not telling me where in London.
It's probably not that important not that important of a detail. So they're just like, yeah, she's in London.
In the movie, she was close to 60, apparently. Fun fact.
Oh, okay. That's a fun fact.
Did it?
Did it say that? Is that under
No,
fun facts?
I said
Okay,
the fun fact part.
got it, got it.
Wasn't that fun? He smiled.
I'm trying to figure out what makes the thought of having that as a fun fact. That's what kind of threw me off. I'm like, her age is fun.
She had fun, didn't she?
I hope so. I mean, from that movie, yeah. She got to go to Paris. Got herself
That
a
lady was
dress.
gorgeous. The
Oh,
the model,
yeah, we know.
my height. Oh, she's with Chris Evans as of last year.
Wow, he saw her in Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris probably, and he's like, who is that woman, dude?
Can't go to London. Can't pretend to talk to a Portuguese lady.
You can do both of those things because you haven't done anything that's London's there, and there's no law against talking to her.
No, it expires.
Oh, the expiration date, my fault. Well, then you're fucked, I guess, right?
Okay. If I didn't know that Mrs. Harris was close to 60 in that movie, I'd be furious right now.
That's a good thing. That fun fact kept you from going over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Um, yeah, man, dude. Yeah, man, dude. I had 7 cultures come out of my mouth.
Yeah, man, dude.
That also sounded terrible.
Yo, what were you
Yeah. Holy shit. What was I gonna say? Now I'm fucking tripping up. Yeah, it was dope. That just continues to I don't know. It's just really cool. It was a good time. It was just a change of pace of South Florida here where everything's just you need a car to go everywhere. Central Florida, sorry. I don't know, it was just dope to just be in the city. And have it be yeah.
Hide me in your luggage.
I could have because I mean, I didn't bring much. I just brought a couple sets of clothes to swap out of, some jackets and stuff. Jenna like pack light so she can buy stuff, and she did.
Smart.
So I just pack light because I don't drink. What's wrong?
I should have told you guys to get a jean jacket with the sleeves cut.
A jean jacket with the sleeves cut?
Yeah.
What song? That sounds so familiar.
It's funny. That's a don't like and it's
Don't like.
Jadakiss from New
Yeah,
York. But
thank you.
you said jacket, and then in my head I remember a lot of punk rock at the time had cut like what's his name from um Spidey
Oh, punk rock or spider punk.
punk Spider Punk. Yeah, that's it. So like maybe that, and then I could be like
Yeah,
that's good.
that's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I haven't heard it in a while, but from what I remember, what Jadakiss does for that ad lib, that sounds pretty spot on.
I almost like went with the momentum of you saying that was good, and I almost just busted out Steve-O. Took every
We
fiber of my
don't, we
being.
don't, we don't need that one. And not for the record, you do a good Steve-O, but I don't. We don't think we need it.
It's one of the ones I've been slipping in and out of as of lately. Goofy still. I slip in and out of Goofy even more so now when I'm an autopilot now. I got my Steve-O when I'm an autopilot. I got a Shaq and I got a Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson will never be on recorded media because I don't want to get punched into another life.
That's fair. Sometimes you don't need to find out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can fuck around offline, and then when it's online, you button up.
Instead of saying hey, how you doing, I would start like if I met Mike Tyson, it would be an apology immediately,
Oh,
just to make sure that
yeah. Whatever he heard, it ain't true.
hmm
Yo, hey, I'm not trying to start beef right
whatever he
now.
heard, it's not true unless he wants it to be true. Then yeah, I did
Yeah,
it.
whatever's true is what you want, sir. All
And
right.
I almost just did it. I'm like, nope, he watches this.
Yeah. I mean, out of the millions of people, I'm sure he watches. We know he's watching. So.
He stopped. He announced he's not doing his podcast anymore, which I'm upset about.
Oh wait, yeah, you shared it on Discord. Did he say why? I don't
No,
remember
but
the clip.
I don't think so. But it might have been just because he's doing the Logan Paul, one of the Paul brothers fights, and I'm assuming he's just gonna get back into more boxing based stuff.
He's fighting one of the Pauls.
Yeah,
Oh,
in an
okay.
exhibition. Look, all I'm saying is,
Well, like in Street Fighter, or I'm just kidding.
yeah, all I'm saying is if he doesn't explode him with one punch, then this is rigged.
Explode him. So like
Yeah,
on contact, chunks of his body comes flying out.
I
That's
want
a,
to like literally. So he touches it,
mm-hmm.
particles.
Damn. So you want him to Thanos his ass?
But he's gonna uppercut, and it's gonna rain on him. And he's gonna drink it all.
Oh, that's some terrifying shit. That's that's fucking psychotic. Just drinking his blood.
He's
I mean,
already in his promo stuff. It's there's remnants of old Mike Tyson. I'm like I like when he speaks like this.
so what? Like, did he challenge Paul or Paul challenge him?
I don't know.
Okay, or maybe their agents were like, "You want to make a lot of money real quick," and then
I don't know.
okay.
They've all been shitty fights. I think I've seen every single one of them, but this is the one I need to see because I just wanted to see someone stand in front of Tyson in match mode and not shit their pants.
Oh man, that's probably gonna sell a lot then. Whatever. It's a UFC or straight boxing? Because my
It's his the Paul brothers not division, like their event series, just exhibitions.
oh okay.
I don't know what class. I don't know the actual terminology.
Gotcha. So it's not like a proper UFC mixed martial.
Promotion. It's like
Oh,
his promotion or something like that.
so it's just it's probably gonna be a boxing match then.
And they always label it as an exhibition match, so it doesn't go by actual record.
So oh, okay. I thought it sounded like he wanted the smoke then. If it's his stuff. All right. Godspeed. Did he fight? Has has he fought like Colin or Conor McGregor or like, these huge MMA guys yet? I know he's the
Uh,
Paul. One of the Pauls is going through and fighting a bunch of people, right?
this is the one that's fought Mike. This is the one that's fighting Mike Tyson. Okay.
Oh, the one that's been already start doing the rounds, fighting other people.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
mean he fought an MMA fighter, but it was Ben Askren, and he's a wrestler, and also he's the guy who's getting knocked down the fastest in UFC history with the flying knee. I think I showed you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the MMA guy he chose to box.
Oh, so this would be his
Actually,
big for real
and
one,
then I think
or
one of them boxed Anderson Silva.
oh
But I mean,
snap.
he's ancient at this point. Not to say
Oh
that he wouldn't beat the shit out of me, but
yeah, like
well out of his prime.
oh okay.
I would like to meet him though. He seems like a lovely person.
You might want to meet him and then show him this episode though.
And if you see like him talking, he was like the nicest guy.
Oh, okay, so he probably won't take
He
offense.
probably still roundhouse me, but
just to keep the
He would
status
do it
quo.
and then make sure I get to the hospital. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, he'll be there with you, like the Scrubs episode with Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
He'll beat this. He'll break his. What he do? I forgot what he did in that bar fight, and then he ends up next to him. What was I gonna say? Oh, that guy's fighting. Okay. Well, is that coming up soon, or is that like later in the
I don't
year,
remember.
November time? Okay. Well, that's. I mean, I'm hoping for Mike to just body this kid, right? Like,
Me, the internet. I
yeah,
don't know anyone who doesn't. And I don't know enough about the Pauls to hate them that much, but I just know that
same.
Mike Tyson. I almost did another impression of him right there, but
Yeah,
it's just a tree.
yeah. I don't. I just know they had YouTube channels. I don't know what they do, and I think they have podcasts. The Paul people, Paul family. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything that they.
The other brother does wrestling for the WWE.
Oh, okay. That's a good hire. I mean, that's dope. I mean, he gets to play with. He gets to play. I mean, that's
Gets to
technically
play
play.
with.
I think that's a play, because I mean, it is sort of scripted, and you have to like act up the character. Play heel and what's the other one? Heel's the bad guy. What's the in
Face.
face? Yeah, like that's part of the gig. That sounds
Because
like
they
a
have a,
fun time.
WWE has a big lady, big Australian lady named Rhea Ripley,
Oh, let me take a look. What's her name?
and Rhea Ripley,
Rhea? Can you pronounce
Rhea,
R
and then
H?
Ripley,
She's big, like tall, or just
like big, both.
okay. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, she'll punch you dead into the ground, dude.
I would be very okay with if she picked me up like a baby.
Oh, okay.
And then the other division, AEW,
Mm.
it's like another, not WWE, like a separate
Yeah,
wrestling
I
organization.
remember
There's a lady there
AEW.
called Tony Storm, and she has this new gimmick where she's called Timeless Tony Storm, and they make her dress like an old timey like actress, even to the point where they start doing like black and white effects when she's on camera.
Uh huh. Oh, cause she's punk. I see. That's why she's like punk rock type of chick.
What? No,
The Tony
put
Storm.
Timeless Tony Storm. That's what she looks like. That's her new gimmick.
Oh, that's her new brand. Okay.
Yeah,
Timeless
Tony Storm.
Tony Storm. It's with an I, Anthony. Idiot. Oh, I see.
Yep.
So she's got the like you mentioned it, like Marilyn Monroe, like
That she has
hairdo.
the accent. I think I forget if she's Australian or British,
Oh,
but
there's a picture with both your gals next to each other. I think there's a picture of Rhea and her
hmm
together. So they probably buddies. I'm
in
sure
separate
they're separate
things.
leagues, but I'm sure they're all the same circles.
Yeah. Either way, I'd like to be picked up like a baby by Rhea
Mm-hmm.
and whatever Tony would like to do.
Yeah, it's up to her. Got it.
I'm
Well,
with it.
this is your chance. This is gonna go public.
Well, they
So
both have significant others.
okay, we'll disregard everything we just said, and we'll move right along. Damn, I haven't watched wrestling. It'll take a bit for me to catch up if I start watching that again.
A friend of mine's big on wrestling, so sometimes if we're in Discord, they'll just stream it, or I get like the updates.
Oh my god, you have some stuff on your list that I
You,
also need to talk about. I have
the
not.
Hardy Boys are back. I'll say that, and then we can move on. The Hardy
Matt
Boys are
and
back.
Jeff. I thought something happened to Jeff and he had
I
to.
I think addiction maybe.
Oh, I thought no. I thought he had an accident when we were still watching it. I thought he had like something where he was out because he had like an accident or something during a
I
match.
don't know, but he's back. They both wrestle.
Oh, sick. The Dudley boys still there? Oh, they stopped. I mean, they were when we were watching them. They were already pretty old,
I don't
right?
remember. I don't know if they still do things.
I know Triple H is still there, but he's like in a corp. He's like in management
The
now, right?
Rock was back WrestleMania. He wrestled last weekend. Undertaker made a surprise visit too.
Didn't he retire too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So it's like what WrestleMania was it? Is it like a classic one and everyone came back?
What's it? XL? What does that mean?
I think that's 40. It's 40. Yeah, XL
And
is
then Paul
40.
Heyman got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Good on him, Paul Heyman. That's a throwback name.
He's
He's
still
still doing
active.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they still have the same announcement. They still have Jerry the King and Jerry Lawler,
Um,
or no?
I don't remember who they have for WWE, but Taz is part of AEW, and
Eight
his son wrestled.
Taz. Why does that sound familiar?
That's the guy from. It sounds like he's from Brooklyn. He's from New York, but
Do I know Taz? Was he in
yeah,
WWE?
yeah,
Taz?
you know Taz.
Why is it not? That's not.
It's the freaking Undertaker.
Oh, okay. With the orange shades. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got him. I remember him
His
now.
son wrestles.
Oh, okay.
He looks exactly like Luke from Street Fighter.
Who? The son?
Yeah, his name is Hook.
Just okay. The names Hook, like H.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there he is. Oh my god, he does look like fuck it. He does. Like this picture's exactly like Luke, with the hairdo and everything. I mean, he's not as. I mean, he's not as big as Luke because Luke is like exaggerated. But
Mm-hmm. My favorite wrestler from over there, his name is Orange Cassidy, and he, his gimmick is that he puts zero effort. He's like an acrobatic wrestler, but he puts zero effort. So there's times where he just goes and just puts his hands in his pockets and he wrestles like that.
okay, that's pretty funny. That's anime stuff right there. I
And then
like
what's
that.
funny is how CEO has intros, like the fighting game tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, or the year before that, Ray Ray got top 8, and he did Orange Cassidy's walkout.
His
So I'm like,
intro. Oh, nice.
that's why he's my favorite.
Hands in his pocket. That's chill.
Pretty chill.
That's pretty chill. Hmm. Now you're talking about fighting. I saw Roadhouse, the Prime movie,
Mm-hmm.
the remake. Has good fight scenes. Has fun fight scenes, and that's pretty much all you gotta know. Remember how they had that video of Jake Gyllenhaal going to a UFC match? It was for this movie. I guess they just decided to record it with live audience. Like they just recorded all of
Mm.
it. But it's a flashback sequence. So when you see him in the ring that they're recording, it's a flashback sequence. It was cool because Conor McGregor plays one of the antagonists in there, so you see him being himself.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah,
You're
he's
a mouse. Right?
yep. Like it's him talking just like that the entire. They're like, hey, just be yourself on camera for about, you know,
Did he say those exact lines?
no, but he did curse and he had that
You little
static.
weasel.
He spoke like that to characters, so it's like okay, he that bravado he brings it. So and then the fight scenes were dope because it looks like they had like people on set that did MMA. Like Connor obviously knows MMA. Like the fights were really cool to watch.
Did he actually do his stance? Like when he was fighting, did he do
Oh,
this with
what
his
is his
hand out?
stance?
Oh,
Yeah.
he likes to keep space by putting his hand out. So he goes and he stands like this, and then he'll like
Oh,
swing.
there's moments where he did that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess he put his own stuff in it, and they have this cool sequences where like, it'll go into first person mode, like when someone's getting fucking bopped. So you're like, oh shit, he's about to get hit, and you see the person like take shots, and like okay, and then they do a lot of filming of like the fight scenes with really wide lens, so
Hmm.
it looks when they're fighting, it feels more intense, especially when they're getting hit or like kicked somewhere, and you're like, oh shit. It's definitely it's on Prime Video, so if you have Prime, it's want a popcorn flick before the summer action starts this year. Roadhouse is, a classic.
For the
Watch.
Creed series, how do the hits hit?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like Creed hits more consistently, but the highs of Roadhouse, I don't think hit as high as Creed's because it's over the top MMA in Roadhouse. If that makes sense. Like
Hmm.
you're doing stuff from like, how's he? There's stuff where you're like, how's he getting up? And I'm like, that's crazy. Where Creed is more grounded, right? So there's different. It's like I don't know. It's a style. It's a different style. Because I forgot the exact sequence, but in Roadhouse or some more, so I'm like, oh shit, that was fun. It doesn't look real, but I don't know what's real or not. In a fight, I'm not here. I'm not a fight expert, right?
Hmm.
It was just fun to watch, so I definitely recommend if you're just looking for a good old time. Roadhouse was pretty fun,
Cool. Yeah.
and you can see Conor McGregor do his thing and beat the shit out of things and people. Same with Gyllenhaal, he was beating the shit out of people and taking hits. Excuse me. What were we talking? Yeah, we went from London to wrestling somehow, or fighting. I think it was. Oh, because Mike Tyson. That's how we got there. Oh my gosh. Oh, and since I was on a flight for like 7 hours there and back, I put hella time into Yakuza Like a Dragon. I fucking ran credits Sunday, I think it was Sunday night. Cause we got back Saturday morning, I just vegged out until today. Like I had Monday off because I got a little sicky. Because there's some. I swear to God, on the flight there, I had patient zero of whatever the next fucking strand is that's coming out. The coughs sounded like they were vomiting every time they coughed, and I'm like, what
Maybe
is
going to
going
war.
on? Maybe. And then Jana got sick before me, which was weird. And I was sitting next to Deathbringers version 2.0, and then a little bit got on me, and I'm like, oh snap! I had to take a day for Monday, and then I just sat there, did nothing. I more Rise of Ronin when I was here. Once I ran time on Yakuza, but we'll talk about Rise of Ronin when I hit credits. Yeah, dude. The things that I didn't like about fucking Persona 5, they don't do in Yakuza. So like Yakuza Like a Dragon was awesome, dude. And I still haven't 100% of it yet. Like there's still like a management mini game where you manage your company. I'm gonna start doing that now that I've beat the shit out of all the story people. The story stuff was kind of hard to follow because I think it's still building off of all the other previous Yakuzas. So like all the movement from like the Tojo clan to the Serial clan, like who holds power, things like that. It was really hard for me to like I have to focus. I'm like, who's this? Who's that? Like, I'm a person
You,
who was bad with names and like the names that people have. I'm like, how am I supposed to remember all this?
you think you're gonna watch like a lore video or any of it? Or
It was enough to get by. So I knew what by the end of it. I'm like, oh, I know what the motives are. Why I'm fighting said person. Why are they pushing into this gray zone? Like at first, you're like, what the fuck's happening? But then as it goes on, since it's like anime-ish, they'll do. There's times where they'll flash back to like scenes that you've seen. I'm like, okay, and then they take the time to double explain like an anime. So it by the end of it, I was up to speed with what's happening with Kasuga, which is the main character you play as. Ichiban Kasuga.
are you gonna? You think you're gonna play the next two, the
I'm
little?
uh I'm buying Infinite Wealth this week. Like the turn based in it is really fun because like it's turn based, but they're moving in the area. So like if you if you tell it to do a move in a particular manner, like if there's like a bike in the way between you and the enemy, sometimes they'll just kick the bike at the person and it'll do damage, and then you do your move. Sometimes they'll pick like so depending on their job that you pick, they'll pick up the bike and just start slamming people and then do the move. Like it's turn based, but it's very interactive. Like each of the moves you can do like power up moves like in Mario RPG. A lot of moves have those where if you time it right, it does extra damage or AOE, so you can attack multiple people. It's turn based, but it felt nice. Like it felt dope. And then
Like it still felt dynamic. It wasn't just all right.
yeah,
Make the same attack 7 times and then wait.
it still was that, but then like I mentioned before, you get an achievement if you get hit by a car while in the middle of a like there's stuff happening while you're fighting, right? Like that's quote unquote dynamic. Like there's environmental things like bikes, cones. You'll kick anything at you that's in the way, and then and then they'll go and do more damage to you with whatever move, which is good and bad because the enemies can do that to you too. And holy shit, dude! Oh, and timing perfect guards, you can do that. So like if you want to take less damage, you have to like anticipate when you're about to get hit, and then hit the guard button. Getting that time down at first was weird, but then since I started playing Rise of the Ronin, where parry is, we'll talk about that later. But maybe next week. I might. It seems like I'm close. I don't know. The characters are all memorable. They're all silly. Like it's silly. Like it's silly in a fun way. Like the first two people you get in your party is a fucking ex detective who's like old as shit, and then a homeless man who used to be a nurse. Like it's like what? And then you get much stronger characters later on. I don't want to spoil who you get, but and then all the
But
side characters and stuff are fun. Like they have small sub stories which are just funny sometimes, just for the hell of it. Uh, I
what
like that.
language did you play it with?
Jap. I at first it was English because I'm like, oh, they have English, but I'm like, nah. I played a Plague's Tale in French for immersion, so And I swapped over to Japanese and it just felt more at home because you're just in. You don't travel. You have that big area, but you don't travel to a lot of extra places. You have like that main city, which is I think is called. Is it Ichigo? Ichijo? Oh my god! Hold on. No, Emperor Ichigo. I'm getting that incorrect. That's an emperor. Yakuza. Yakuza, like a dragon, takes place. Place of I don't know. Uh, Location. What is that fucking city? Oh, okay. There's different ones. Kamurocho is this as an area, but that's not it. Survive bar. I don't know. Yakuza like a dragon location. Where does it take place? Where does Yakuza take place? Oh, not Yakuza, like a dragon. I know the new Infinite Wealth is in Hawaii, right?
Bol- that's the Infinite Wealth's the newest one.
The latest one is Infinite Wealth,
It
yeah.
takes place two places.
Okay.
There's a character, I don't know if it's new to that one or not, but a friend of mine showed me that he's a Yakuza member. You know how a lot of times they'll like brandish the tattoos. You never, you don't really see his because he's always really cold, so he always has a jacket.
Black jacket, yellow inside.
I don't know about the undershirt, but it's like a dark blackish or purple jacket.
Cause you get a you. I don't want to spoil it if you're gonna play like a dragon, but you at
I'm
the
not.
end. Oh, at the end you get a new character where his job is gangster, cause he's
What's his
part
name?
Zhao Zhao.
Is he Korean?
I'll have to look it up. I thought they were all Jap. My bad. I thought they were
You
all.
said ZHAO?
I'm pretty sure that's what
Not
it
this
is.
guy.
You looked it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that might be new. There's some returning characters. Spoiler alert, I guess for people who don't know, but Goro Majima makes an appearance, and so does Kiryu in the game, which is dope. Um.
Do they see each other? And if so, does he say Kiryu very loudly? Does he say Kiryu-chan?
Oh no, now you mention it. Oh no, they do, but he didn't. There's one scene where it's the front line, you and your boys versus, you know what I'm saying, and then the opposite, the op, and then you guys start fighting, and he makes an appearance. He hits him with the Kiryu. It's dope.
Something something tells me he's gonna be in Tekken.
Yeah, and now honestly, playing this game, there's job titles where you play like a breaker or you play like a, you know, diff- all of them have crazy move sets that I'm like, this can work almost everywhere. Like you could play as a job as a chef and you're hitting people with spatulas. Like I'm like, what am I playing?
I think there's one that's like, are you run a car wash or something?
There's one where you can do fortune teller, uh, breaker like I mentioned, and you're hitting shit with like a hammer, like a fucking hammer, like the iron thing at the end hammer, like those. Yeah, uh, you can. There's one called enforcer where it's like a bat, like a cop shield, and baton or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The hero one, which is just for your main character, which is you walking around with a bat and just swinging on everything. The freelance one, the gangster one has like a saber that he just pulls out. What else? There's a bodyguard one that has a katana on him. I'm like, what? Your boy. Oh, there's a character that was for you. He's like a different family or whatever. He has white hair and he's just got guns. Like one of his supers that you get is him just trick shotting and shooting everything in an area. And I'm like, this is Brian's character.
I think he's the Korean guy I was thinking about.
His name is Ju Hing San or something like that.
How do you spell that?
JOO dash and then Godspeed.
Okay, I found it.
I didn't know that was the reason he wore the jacket. Cause
No, that's not the guy I'm talking about either.
oh, okay.
He's the when I said he's the one that I talk about in form of him being Korean, I think,
Okay.
in the game, but not the jacket guy.
I see. Okay, well that's That's your
Uh,
guy. That when I got him on the party and started using his moves, and I started leveling him, and I'm like, this is Brian's character. He has like a small blade that he can use uh for a bleeding. If you're trying to make him bleeding, if you want to build him as for bleeding,
mm-hmm.
and then he has the guns that he's just one of his moves. He just pulls out two of them and unloads the entire magazine of both and just keeps shooting one person. He's like, "Brrr," and then he just stops the move, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Another thing that's funny is because it's turn based. Sometimes it'll, you do your turn and the camera doesn't cut. It's like since it's dynamic, it'll your character you do a move and it moves to the next person, or like if the enemy's going, it'll move to the person it's targeting. So like it'll be always be behind your characters, but whatever. And sometimes it'll quickly the character will be like, and then just shoot you because the character had a gun on him. So it'll be like, oh my god, and you can perfect guard it, like, or you have to just time when he shoots. But sometimes I'm not. They don't walk around with it out. Some characters have the gun out and they'll go and walk around. Some people are just like this, and then they'll just be like, and just shoot you. And I'm like, oh my! I'm like trying to move out of the way or time the perfect guard so I don't get fucking hit for a quarter of my health
Mm-hmm.
because it's a gun. And it's really funny. It's I not again, and this is back to the Persona 5 talk. I'm not a huge RPG person, especially turn based. This is you gotta play it. It's fun, and again, great Steam Link game to casually play it because I put so much time in it on the way to the trip and back. So much so, one of the British flight attendants, dude, he's like, "Oh, what Yakuza is that?" And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's like a dragon. I just started." And he's like, "You're gonna love it, mate." And then as I'm walking out, he's like, "How far did you get in Yakuza?" And like he was invested in my gameplay, and I'm like, "Fam, I'm loving it so far." I had like
You
six.
said that?
Yeah, I didn't
You're
say
a
fam.
fam.
No, I didn't say
Oh,
fam. No, I
damn.
wanted to. I'm telling you, every time someone spoke to me, I'm like, "Fam." I wanted to say it too, but I just don't want to get suplexed off a plane, right? But I'm assuming he's played it already and enjoyed it. So he's like, "Oh, I'm glad to see people playing it." Because he walks by with, how they ask you, "Hey, you want water, water or something?" He's like, he didn't even ask me water. He's like, "Yo, how you like? What's your Yakuza is that?" That man was so ready to have a full on conversation with me. I would have, but he had to work. But so far, it's definitely I definitely recommend it. It's a fun, silly time, and it's full of heart too. Because the main character, Ichiban, is like he's that Naruto character where he's like, I'm here to do what's right, kind of thing, the entire time, which is cool. And there's like a bar that you used to like upgrade your bonds with everybody.
Did you do karaoke?
I did like two of them, and you could do them for different characters, which I didn't know. I just did Ichibans, like the main characters, ones that I unlocked, and then you can unlock more songs later on, and I did that too.
I gotta see if I a friend of mine for hours straight. Not in Like a Dragon, but because there's songs that come from the older games.
Yeah.
He was looping this song for hours until he got it 100% on it. If it's like Cinderella something or a Dame Dame.
Oh, okay. I played I think like the first two tracks you unlock in the game. I played. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool, and then I haven't gone back to it yet. Because there's so many other stuff you can do in the game as well. Like you can play a bunch like shogi, you can play a bunch of like games and bet and stuff like that. So there's a lot of side stuff to do, which I'm gonna do now that I've missed. Which thank another thing I like post game. You're done with the game, just continue the world. This game does that immediately. As soon as you're done with the game, your save file turns into premium adventure. You know how normally like save games give you like the chapter you're on and stuff. This one just go once you finish, it turns into premium adventure, and then you can use whatever state that your premium adventure save slot is to start New Game Plus if you wanted to. But once the story's over, everything's still accessible. You can go do all the side stuff. Like there's a mini game where you're just collecting cans, and you're trying to collect as much like the target amount of cans before the time is up. But then you have other people like trying to steal your cans, like other homeless people trying to steal your cans. And then there's like a garbage truck that comes in sometimes that you don't want to crash into, or it'll take your bunch of cans. Like that's just one thing. I don't even know what other mini games there is. Is that
I,
you sending me stuff?
yeah, I sent you. I don't remember which one of these two songs, but just going at it for hours, 100% it.
Damn, bro. I mean, it's worth it. It's fun. Like the it's like playing Rock Band stuff. Like it's just timing QTEs and stuff, and it's one you get to you expose yourself to like Japanese music, which people don't really get exposed to. So why not? And they're usually catchy pop songs. So like, there's not much to lose.
Dummy, dummy. I
Um,
didn't even play them, but just vicariously watching one friend play the Yakuza series and another friend play the Like a Dragon ones. A lot of like things that stuck with me as a spectator.
the combat in this is definitely even on easy. Like some people you fight, if you're not leveled correctly or you don't have like a build going, they'll run through your health, dude. Like sometimes you'll be out. Most of the time, you'll like when the heavy fights, you'll be outnumbered. Like you can only have max 4 people in your party, and
Mm-hmm.
then you'll go up against 5 or 6 dudes. So if you're not quickly taking them out or like stunning them or doing something, they'll each have a turn at your fucking character if they need. Like, and they see what some guy is about to die. All of them are just jumping on. You're trying to time all the perfect guards so you don't die. It gets stressful when it gets in the later game because it's a higher level and stuff. So if you are gonna play it, the JRPG rule set applies. Do not fast travel. Just get to your place in on foot and fight everything on the way. Because otherwise, I don't even know how I would have made it. Uh, that's it. Yakuza Like Dragon is fucking awesome, dude. I really playing this one. I'm sold on Infinite Wealth. Like if it's term is Infinite Wealth turn based like this? Because I know they
Yeah,
had like a mess. I thought Like a Dragon Ishin was turn based, and it's not. The one with Kiryu,
that one's not.
it's not either.
But the one after is back to
Which,
like the one you're
yeah,
playing.
which is Infinite Wealth. So I think if it's Kazuga as the main character, I think it's gonna be turn based. Because I think it's part of his character. Because he loves Dragon Quest. In the game, he's like, I love Dragon Quest, and I'm like, Dragon Quest is turn based. So I'm like, that might be the you know, the reason they're going with it. But I don't know, I'm digging it. I loved it. I haven't finished all the side stuff, but oh, and they have their own Pokédex, but
It's
it's not creatures. It's the different fucking people you fight, and there's the craziest shit in this game was there's as you walk the streets of the city. I forgot where this takes place. You'll find like enemies that with the whole Metal Gear Solid. Hey, if they see you, they'll come after you, and you have to fight the person.
mm-hmm.
There's a type of enemy that's just a garbage can, like a person in a garbage can. So sometimes you'll walk by some trash, and it immediately goes ha, and he'll jump out. He's in like his body's covered like garbage bag, and bam, you're in a fight, and you're fighting like 3 people in garbage bags, and it's like, what is this? It's that kind of silly. Where I'm like, okay, this game is trying to be a funny game, and it's exceeding, right? Like it's definitely worth your time. You could probably get Like a Dragon pretty cheap now that it's been out for. Because I'm late to the game, so you could probably find it for like $20 somewhere. It's definitely worth it if you're into turn-based RPGs. It's a really good time, and like the stuff I hated about Persona 5 with the restrictions about getting stuff done, and that's non-existent here. You can take on any side stuff at your leisure. You can just beeline the main story, which I don't recommend because the level skips the further you get to the game. You got to make sure you'll be able to take it. So I do recommend grind. I mean, it's a JRPG. Everybody knows. Do some grinding to get through it. But yeah, all in all, I had a great time. I actually can't wait to try the next one. But I'm focused on Rise of the Ronin right now. And I have to get back to Helldivers. It's been too long, too many updates have been added, and I have not played it in a bit. And
I
Brian,
haven't
yeah,
either.
Brian just doesn't even, you don't even look at it.
I started installed. I mean, which is
More than you can say about other stuff, so.
yeah.
Oof. Excuse me. Yeah, we're not even on the fucking. We have so much to talk about, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to save a lot of this for next week. We're already an hour and 15 in this.
Not
Oh,
bad
we
at
can't
all.
talk about this yet. I'm still 2 episodes behind, dude, of Tokyo Vice because I had 4 or 5 left, and I just came from a fucking flight, and I'm like, I don't want to watch anything. I just want a game. Like, if I sit here and watch something, I'm gonna fall asleep. Sure as shit, I watched 2 episodes of Tokyo Vice, and I think it was 2, and I only have 2 left. and then when tried to start the next one, just fighting it, and I'm like, I gotta keep up.
I kept telling you, catch up, catch up.
Yeah, so far so good. I saw the I what's the name got what he fucking deserved with the drowning. I'm like, yes, I would have as I was kept I would have punched him as he was getting drowned in there just to know that I.
The only thing I didn't like is that they made him look like a bitch. That he needed the help, or else he was gonna lose.
Oh, for Sato, yeah,
Yeah, it didn't make sense because he's with the shits every time. So I don't know why that little shit beat him.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it did. Um, I don't know. I'm excited. The last two episodes are left, and I'm like, okay. What's his name went home, so we got to see his family as well. I'm like, okay, because I always had I thought the idea like I thought he was listening to like his sister's recorded because she passed already. Cause I remember him having a conversation with her on the phone. It was always recorded until this season, I think. And I'm like, okay, so she's good to go, and we got to meet the fam and a little bit more backstory about Adelstein. Adelstein.
Mm-hmm.
It was good to see. So I've caught up to that point, and now we're just gonna see how this shit unfolds because it's about to pop off. So let's save Tokyo Vice for next week. I'll definitely watch the last two episodes by then.
Did I tell you it's based off a true story?
You did not, and that's wild. Tokyo Vice is based off a
The
true story.
I think the person that made the show is who it's about.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Hold on.
It's based on a true story.
That's insane. Tokyo Vice. Where did you find like on a wiki or something?
Based on 2009 memoir by American journalist Jake Adelstein.
Oh, it's about Jake's character. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A first-hand account of the Tokyo Metropolitan Police beat following Jake Adelstein, an American journalist who embeds himself into the Tokyo Vice Police Squad to reveal corruption based on Jack Adelstein's non-fiction book of the same name. Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's in the thing. That's why it's so crazy, dude. Oh, I forgot about Miyamoto.
That you know what the craziest thing? That my three favorite
Okay.
characters, the opposite of Game of Thrones, all gone.
Oh shit. I mean, they stayed as long as they could, right?
By
Hito.
now, you've already seen all three of their demises.
Yeah. Paulina was there too.
She's one
Sick.
of them.
But that kind of that we kind of saw happening because when
I saw it
someone
coming, but I'm like,
when
I don't
someone
want it.
goes missing for that long and it's based off real life, they're not gonna keep. This isn't a like if it's based off real stuff, they're not gonna keep people alive for no reason. If they gotta remove them, they remove them. You know what I'm saying?
You
Oh
haven't
man.
you haven't finished Invincible season either.
No, I have not. Like I said, I
Gotta
did
save
when
it.
I came back. I did not want to watch anything. I was like, I need to play something, dude. So we can save that for next. You gonna talk about Unicorn already? You already start?
Yeah when did I started? I think it was the first week we were gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I don't know if I want to talk about it yet.
Okay. Because you put it on the list. That's why I'm asking.
I put it there just so I can remember, but I'm not sure. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's all I can really say about the
Got
review
it.
of this.
Oh, you're in the this is too good to be true area. So where's the bullshit? So
Mm-hmm.
it'll probably be near the end of the game where I'm sure the difficulty ramps up because they up the numbers or some shit. Because it's JRPG,
Uh,
right? Is it a JRPG or like a tactical game?
it's a tactical.
Oh, so it's like Final Fantasy Tactics.
It says a tactical, but there's an overworld map, and at any point you could go to the final mission and attempt to beat it, but it tells you level 40, final battle level 40, and you could try it or you could just do whatever you
Now,
want.
now is that max or can I go in there with like a level 80 party
I'm
and
not I'm not there.
okay? I don't know if you looked it up or something. Like you're like, hey, is
Nope.
this
But I did look up is you can romance people.
you said
And
you said
apparently
can like yeah
can
okay
And unlike Fire Emblems, you could literally anyone that's there, you can romance.
Like, oh,
So
anyone
if you want your
available,
character to be gay,
no problem.
mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. That's a little more open. I like that. Like, do they all have like dialogue for this to? Okay, like
It's in similar fashion with Fire Emblem. You put them. I kind of. Should I just go into it?
no, that's fine. We can save it. We'll save it. We'll save it.
It's a mix. So it's a mix between Fire Emblem. Each character is its own unit,
Mm-hmm.
and this you make units. So it's like you make teams of the characters that you recruit, and they are itself a unit.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like Advance Wars kind of meets Fire Emblem.
Oh, they have a lot to track on that then, because I'm assuming you have to manage each of the individuals
So
in the unit, right? Or is it just
you have to manage each individual. You put gear on them. Uh, you level them. They get skills that you can use, or if you put equipment on them that comes with a skill, they have that. And the way the battle works is each skill, it's like an auto battler, but you set the if then
is
per
it?
per passive per active move.
Oh my god! So you set the AI states for everybody.
Yeah, you make the AI states where people you put them in formations where you want to put them. You,
Mm-hmm.
you put their gear on them.
They're like, you know what? We're not gonna make AI. We'll let them code it themselves and put it in there.
All I can say is I'm waiting for the shoe to drop at 2 weekends of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I they would have to royally fuck up.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's gonna be fine then.
I don't want to jinx it.
Let me see something. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I'm gonna go look up the Open Critic real quick.
Max level.
The what?
You looking at max level?
No, I'm
What
looking
are
to
you
see
looking at?
how well it reviewed.
Oh, okay.
That usually tells me if there's a shoe to drop that's coming, and it looks like everyone said, "Nah, bro, there's no other shoe." So if you like what you're playing, I think it's the same. Again, unless it's just something that annoys you personally. Oh, the art style's nice. Oh, I remember this.
Fish from the people who make Dragon's Crown,
Yeah, I can tell by the
and it's
environment
very
art.
stylized.
Yeah. Oh,
All I'm saying
sick.
is, there's this character that I've not recruited yet, but I have to be level 40 and do specific things. I've met her. I don't know if I'm probably gonna hold off until I meet this character to marry this person.
Oh, you already found the chosen one.
This is her.
Okay. And for those listening, it is. Oh, you don't even put a name. That art style looks more like Skullgirls at the top. The head.
I cut the name out just in case when I screenshot it.
Gotcha.
But look at the correct eye,
Oh, I see the
big
patch.
lady,
Yep.
nice voice.
Huge fucking armor she's got on. She can lift the world. That shit looks heavy.
She's a sword and shield. Her shield's as big as her.
Then yeah, this girl she lifts. She asks people if they lift. There's no way no one's asking her.
There's a character before I saw her that I was like, this is the one, and it's like a deeper mercenary voice.
Yeah,
But she also has a shield and an axe, not as big, and she has a scar on the correct eye. And I'm like, you know what?
that's
Gotta
close.
be her, right?
Yeah.
Then she shows up, and I'm like, I
Is
don't
it?
know.
Is this on console? Is this on?
Yeah, console only. So it's Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. So you could get it on Switch if you wanted to play.
Oh, I might grab it on
I would
Switch.
recommend. It's definitely something if since you're liking the more turn-based approach to things.
With portable game, yeah, like on my Steam Deck and on my Switch, like Yakuza runs really well on the Steam Deck and it looks okay. And turn based, I don't got to worry about I mean, there's timing. Like if you like I mentioned, like the Mario, hey, you hit this at the right time and you get more damage, but it's not huge. This looks like it's.
Um,
This definitely looks like it's a good Switch candidate.
so far, I I could probably fill an hour of me gushing about this game so far.
But again, that's for next week. That's for when the other shoe, if the other shoe drops later. Yeah, I might
Besides
grab it on
that,
Switch then. Is there
that
no
Pokemon
plans to?
game.
Is there no plans to release this on Steam? Or
This apparently, from what I'm told, this company doesn't really port things over to PC.
that makes sense
Dragon's
because
Crown.
Dragon's Crown didn't. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Besides playing this, Tekken, I got to the red rank. I think it's out of How many ranks is
I
it?
mean, that image is still here.
Yeah, I'm looking now. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33 ranks.
Hmm.
I'm at 16. So I'm about in the middle
Oh,
section.
that's good, dude. Congrats. You're out here. When Rhino comes back, we gotta ask him where he's been on here. He might be Tekken King already or some shit.
I took it as a, what I was trying to tell myself was, if I get Lee to this, since I don't give a shit about Eddie Gordo, I call him Eddie Fat because his last name is Gordo.
I think you're gonna say
Um,
Fatsa, Eddie
I
Fatsa.
was I was like, if I get to Garu or that rank with Lee, I'm gonna try another character. Just yeah, I don't have interest in Eddie. And I tried June, uh, Jin Kazama's mom or Kazuya's wife.
Yeah,
She's fun. It's not Lee.
that's it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's not the same. Like I'm attached to him. He
That's
can't
like
backflip.
that's true. And you showed us the tech with the backflip, and so
That was that. I played that Pokemon roguelike, the web browser one. That's crack. As
yeah,
someone who's
I
addicted to
I
roguelikes,
that's why I posted it because I was going through TikTok and this guy's like, "Hey, if you guys like roguelites, here's one that's on your phone. You can play on your phone. You just go on the website and play." And I'm like, "What?" And then he explained, "Yeah, you just fight battles like a roguelike, and then you can catch Pokemon and stuff." I'm like, "What?
yep, and you
Is
get
there any multiplayer in it, or is it just you sign in to get your? I'm assuming it
single player,
saves. Yeah, okay.
and it saves like your score or whatever as like a leaderboard.
Oh wow, I gotta try it out.
You fight gym leaders at certain levels. And when you beat them, you get these egg vouchers, and that's the gotcha section of it. So that's how you can you can if it's not a gym leader or your rival, you can catch a Pokemon, and then once you catch it, you have the chance of picking it as a starter for your runs. And they use a ratio system, so the most you can spend on your team at the start of a run is 10 points. Some Pokemon are worth 2 points. If you get a legendary, sometimes they're worth 8 points. That's how they scale it, so that way whenever you catch Pokemon, it's not gonna be unbalanced. Like you're not gonna put six legendaries and like, oh
Yeah, that'd be fucking wild. Yeah, I want to start my run with fucking Mewtwo.
yeah, so, which you can, but then it'll probably be expensive as fuck, and then you gotta
Well, I
do
mean,
something
like
shitty.
Mewtwo, Mew, the
Yeah,
legendary
no,
birds. Is it the video? I don't know if it mentioned it. Is it all gens? Oh
every
my
gen.
god, dude. Yeah, I gotta go try it out.
You can catch the Pokemon when you randomly encounter them, and then the gotcha thing makes it so that you'll get a version of them immediately into your starters. It's again, I have a roguelike addiction, and when I wasn't playing Unicorn Overload, when I popped off because immediately I got to red rank with Lee and I backflipped in real life,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, uh, you put music on, you have some beverages. I was making myself margaritas, and I was just listening to
Oh.
music in Discord, lamping, just talking to people,
Mm-hmm.
and just playing this autopilot.
That sounds like that's what you're gonna be playing with Coachella's on this weekend then. Shit. Shit.
Related and unrelated. My capture card, because remember how we put it back in because the cable died.
Yeah.
It sits like this now, so I can only use one port.
Put something underneath to keep it to keep it
I don't know what to put.
literally anything that's not conductive or in any way, like just some plastic that will push it up. That's it. And refasten it in. If one thing's not working, something's up. Like take it all out, fasten it in there, and then
I don't even know if I remember how big it. I have to like.
oh my god. Either that, refasten it, and lay it down. That way, it's going straight into the slot the entire time. That makes sense.
Oh,
It's
see,
just
I could.
that takes up more room. Like your feet, you might step on your shit. Like not literally your shit. You might step on your case. But if you lay down the case horizontally, the motherboard's laying parallel to the desk, and all the weight's going right into the slot.
I shouldn't put the glass side down then, right?
No, it would be the glass side looking up. I think, if I remember your case anyway, because your thing's standing up like this vertically, right? And the cards are coming in um, horizontally. So you want to turn it so you're like placing it in there, like you're boop, like you're placing stuff down on the table.
I never
And
thought of it.
but you'd have to again still take it out, push it in there, make sure all the pins are good to go, and keep it laying down. The problem is it's not going to look that great because I mean your case looks good all around, right?
Well,
So
you only see one side of mine because it my thing's closed off underneath, and then it's like right aligned. So you only
oh,
see front of it, the top of it, and then the glass side.
then try. Um, does the top
I don't
of
want
your
to.
case have mesh grill for the heat to come out?
Yeah, it has a fan at the top.
That's the only thing that might be weird because if you lay it down, that heat's gonna rise towards the glass instead of through the vents. So I would try it and then monitor the temperatures to see if it's not going higher than normal. Like in the middle of a game, like a game that stresses your GPU out, which I don't even know. What do you have installed that would do that? Maybe Helldivers? You don't have Darktide installed anymore, right?
I don't think so.
Hey, I'm trying to think. You're not really playing heavy game. Tekken 8's not that heavy. I don't think it is anyway. And
Dragon's
you
Dogma wasn't.
and you
I
uninstalled
didn't.
that,
I didn't
right?
put that. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't talk about that shit, but we can do that another time.
Yeah, because I still have to start. Like I got like the first. I got like the first opening sequence, so I got to keep playing it to see
I
how it
started
feels.
interesting.
And you lost it, or it lost to you.
Progressively, just progress. You could tell where the QA testing ended.
Oh, oh, it's just running terribly. You're not even talking about game
Well, it runs
mechanics.
no game. Everything and anything and everything.
Oh, okay, that's wild. I'll figure it out. Then I'll it still works. I returned the my copy, and then we'll just use that and see how it goes. I forgot what I just did a beginning mission. I think it was where you're fighting that thing in the middle.
Oh, the
What?
Gorgon.
Yeah, like I just did that, and I don't remember much afterwards. So I might just start again. I don't know. We'll see. I don't even remember. I don't even remember if I picked a class or not. Or maybe you pick it before even that happens. Okay, so I don't. It was literally like, hey, does this run on my system? Cool, and then I got off.
Pretty much, you're in the cell, and then you can pick a pre-made character or just make your character from scratch. I think
That's
it's
what it
not.
was, and I picked a pre-made one because I'm like, I'm not spending. I'm not gonna make Ice Spice in this, right? So like, well, I need to move on. I'm not good with character creators. I'm here to game.
I mean, they give you preset like from
Yeah.
making the like you get pre-made characters, and you can when you choose to make your own. There's
Mm-hmm.
still preset faces and things.
Oh, I should have done that then. I thought that was like their way of here are the presets, and then you can just customize your own.
Because it might be those that weren't the main one that you make your character. It might be
I don't know if there's something up with your camera.
it keeps trying to focus on that because I'm too far.
Oh,
So you see it pulsing.
yeah, it's been flickering a bunch. And I'm like, is this Zoom or is it me or
Yeah,
Zoom?
because
Is it
it's not
Discord?
doing that in real life. It's just I gotta figure out the setup. It's my first time it's been on camera.
Okay, gotcha. Cause I'm like, what's happening over there? I don't know if you're like, there's bass nearby, and it's how if you listen to like two strangers of a bass, it'll like it'll you know shake the lens.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought you're doing. I'm like, what is he listening to? That's just bumping, and it's not coming through his microphone. Anywho, what were we talking about? Oh, and the Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably get to it. It's just one of those things where Dragon's Dogma 2, I think for me, it's gonna be the same thing that happened with Baldur's Gate, where it's like a huge game to spend a bunch of hours, but then something else took my time away and like averted my attention. Rise of the Ronin. Uh, and I'm just like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I bet I won't get to it by like till like the end of the year. This is my Elden Ring actually. It's not Baldur's Gate. I think it's gonna be my Elden Ring. Where I wait way too long. And I'm like, oh man, this is
DLC is 2 months
awesome.
away for that.
I can't. Yeah, dude. I should load that up and get back into the groove of things because I'm not. If I just launch that on DLC day, I'm gonna get slaughtered by the fucking regular goons. I need to work. I gotta get my dodging on point, my rolls, my attack. I haven't played in so long. I don't even know what character I'm gonna use.
I only have two. I have the one that I beat it with, and then I have me making. I made Quan Chi.
Like actually, you made Quan Chi?
I try to make it look. Yeah, I was gonna do like the theme of it was gonna be a necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, Who else is a necromancer besides Quan Chi? So I made him look like Quan Chi, and I've just been using the anything that in my head a necromancer use. So I think I have a scythe,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think I was just using skull or death magic related stuff.
There's
And
like
was
there's
when I
like
first played.
there's only like 3 scythes in the game. How'd you get a scythe right away?
I don't remember. It's been what, a year since I played, two
Oh,
years.
that's fair.
Um, the first playthrough, I was in my head. I made the rule if I can only use animal summons, and in this one, since I'm a necromancer, just dead things.
Oh, so you would do the bell, yeah. That sucks because they limit you on that. You can't use it everywhere.
And I mean,
I don't like that.
I can. I have magic.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's something I would have changed. There's small things in Elden Ring where I'm like, if I tune it to this, it'd be the perfect game for me. And that's one of those things where I'm like, you don't tell me where to summon shit, right? If I want to make a build of just summoning goons, I should be able to summon 80 goons and watch them wreak havoc on this fucking planet, right? Because you got fucking a Cobra Man that's taking up, yeah, and he's like swinging a sword from who knows what. And like, nah, bro, I should be able to summon as many fucking goons to help me take on this. What? You have a whole ass war in the desert with a bunch of fucking NPCs that sometimes help. I should be able to summon bullshit, right? The fucker came from space like a meteor to slash me, and I die in one goddamn hit. I should be able to summon 7 people, right?
He literally did Hulk level one. The gamble boy.
Yeah, and then kills me, and then you see the NPCs going attacking like they're not gonna reset in 20 seconds because I died, right? Like what? That's insane. I wouldn't have like there's small stuff like that. Like you're allowed to do y'all and allowed to do all that shit, and I can't. Like nah, I'm not. If I want to summon all of my fucking spirits in one go, I should be able to. Granted, if I don't have mana for it, fair. But if I'm downing the blue things and summoning shit, they should be there. Not timed. When they die, they disappear. Okay?
I respect that.
That's just me, though.
My build would have been way different.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, granted, it sounds overpowered. Like, you have like 80 fucking. Because you can get a lot of summons in that game. So if you just summon the fucking lizard with the. with
You'd
the.
have to spend so much on your mana stats anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
and like never not have any health potions. They had to all be mana.
Yeah. Because some of them take up a lot of mana. And stamina, I think. Like, some of them, when you summon, your stam bar goes down. It's like, what? I thought, man,
I know rats are free. I don't remember it costing any mana. But
free? It might
at
be
the
just
time,
minuscule. Yeah.
they the mini game was where are they gonna spawn. Sometimes they would be at another part of town. Sometimes it would glitch and be under like the ground. So I see the health bar when I look down.
Oh my god,
That
dude.
was the mini game, and I was like, these are my rat. That's how I beat Millennial, the rats.
With the rats, I might beat it with my mage because that's the most legit playthrough I have, and I beat Melania with her with my mage character, my int int character, intelligence character, I guess.
I'm probably since I only beat it with one of two characters. I gotta rep the boy Razier.
Oh, that's the boy, man.
I gotta.
Hit him with that, yeah. Hit him with the swords.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. All right, we're an hour and 40 in, and we did 3 things on this fucking list. That's fine. That's kind of how I like it anyway. So I mean, we can keep this up. Yeah, the things you put on here, I'll just transfer it over. I don't think I talked about was Yakuza and Roadhouse, and I finished Prince of Persia too.
I need to. That's on my list to start.
I'll talk
I
about it
also
next
got
week.
that for
But
console, so that I can remember that there's a PlayStation in the corner.
that's what, yeah. Like I started doing that. Like if I find a game that I'm like, oh, I want to play that, and it's like on Steam, but you need the EA launcher, Ubisoft launcher. Sounds like I'm getting it on console.
That's the exact reason why I got it on console.
Cause I'm like, I don't need. Why do I need another launcher to launch a fucking Metroidvania? This is
Let
not.
Ubi got me soft.
Yeah, oh, nice. I like that. Um, yeah, that's what I've been doing. Unless it's like a multiplayer game that I know everyone's gonna be playing, I'm probably gonna get it on Well, except Helldivers. Helldivers, I knew I was gonna get on PC because I'm like, that game's gonna look great. I wanted to play it on the ultra wide here. For democracy, it's just too good. My fucking games list for the year already filling up. I've already played like five. I already have five to just stop playing games for the rest of the year.
I had that.
Wait,
I
do I
don't know
have
if I have that
five?
many.
Sorry, let me. I might have just lied.
I think
Drive.
I've played 5 games.
That's where I'm at. Like I think I've played five. Oh no, I've only played four. What the fuck?
I've probably played more.
Oh, because Yakuza's not 20. I'm done. If I play
I,
Infinite Wealth, then I'll have my five for this year. Because I already have Helldivers 2, Tekken 8, Prince of Persia, and Rise of the Ronin.
I have 5 already for this year. I have Momodora, Moonlit Pharrell, Tekken 8, Persona 3 Reload, Helldivers, Unicorn Overlord.
Oh yeah, you're out here. You're ahead of me. And it sounds like Unicorn Overlord is
Oh,
gonna be.
that mean
And wait till Hades 2 Alpha comes out. Brian's gonna put that shit in as often as possible. Oh, it's in beta in the next year, so that kind of counts.
mm-hmm. Fuck it.
That's insane, dog.
That Dragon's Dogma. I have 6 games too, because Dragon's Dogma. But that, let me tell you, spoilers. That is not making top 5. That's not making bottom 5. That would only make bottom 5, maybe.
Which one?
Dragon's Dogma.
Oh man, what a launch. Oh, I've been. Oh, we'll talk about it next week. Yeah, this is a catch up episode, I guess. Shogun is dope. If you like
The
the Jap,
show.
yeah, dude. If you like the feudal Japan stuff, with it's shot awesome. Like the environments are. I don't know what the sets look great. The costumes, the everything looks so dope. And it's our boy. Remember I told you it's the boy we like to watch. That's anything that he's in. I'm like he's usually killing it. So
IRL Hanzo.
IRL Hondo and yeah, dude, it's sick. All right, then. I mean, we can send it there. And I just had to get back in the groove of shit. It was weird. I didn't work out for a week. I didn't but I mean, I walked a lot.
So,
So you heard it, right? It just you're surrounded by it. Like you can't help but just want to sound like or add that dialect in.
telling me I haven't even been there. Now I want to.
If you're there, you're gonna completely convert. You're not even gonna be like, "What's English?" Like you're not gonna.
I'm gonna immediately hit him with an "Oh my days."
Oh my days. We didn't get that. If we were to hear that, I would have called you immediately. I don't care what fucking time. So we got a rogue oh my days here. Or a wild, not a rogue. Oh my days. Yeah, I we got that wild. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm set. I can go back. I can what's the flight? 7 hours? We can go back. I already got what I needed. Water. And for anyone who's British or English and hearing us talk, we love your dialect. We're not trying to make fun of it. I wish I could just use it without insulting anyone.
I would swap accents. I don't even know if I have an accent. I guess an American accent,
Yeah,
but
it's a dialect. Yeah, you have an American dialect.
no, yeah, I can have. I would.
Trade that in, no problem. Especially for an Irish one, I would trade it in.
I. Yeah.
I would trade mine in for an Irish accent, or maybe English. English with like an Irish fallback, because some
Give me a top 3.
dialects. Oh my,
Damn, I said that and I already have 4 popped up in my head.
yeah, is a mix between Nigerian or Jamaican is one. Because
Damn, I didn't even think of that.
yeah, it's so good. Obviously Irish. Um,
Fuck.
maybe Scottish too. I need to listen to them next week, like side by side, and see what the details are. But I think Irish is the one. The British accent's good too. A Cockney one, absolutely, dude. A Cockney British accent.
You threw quite a wrench. I completely forgot about Jamaican accent.
Yeah, dude. And I've heard some really
And I hear
nice.
one basically daily because I have a coworker that's Jamaican.
It's too good. I like Southern, like deep Southern. Like yeah, we're out here in the South. Like the comical South one. Oh my god, I like that dialect too. It's so funny. It's so fun to do because you're like, I know where you hear it and you're like, I know where they're from, right? Like it's that prominent. Those are my favorite dialects. But when it's a little too vague, you're like, oh, he could be from here to here. I'm like, I don't want that. I want the second you hear me trying to say a sentence, you know exact where you can point on the map where I'm from. That's where that's.
I would exclude any of the American accents. As much as I like Southern and West Coast.
Oh, yeah, like West Coast is a good dialect too. I like the Canadian ones too.
Damn.
I don't know, but definitely, yeah, they're
Yeah,
Jamaican
you
slash.
fucked me up when you said
Oh
Jamaican. I
shit!
completely forgot.
Especially with all the times you had when you were watching Luke Cage. Luke
Mm-hmm.
Cage.
Dem fait comme Luke Cage.
Yeah, like how do you not remember? Like
Damn.
it's good dialects, dude. Yeah, Jamaican's definitely up there. Irish, British. Am I missing one?
French is up there, but I think
French is really
I
good.
think what excludes it is that I like to hear the language more so than the accent.
Oh, like you don't want to hear French people speak English. You just like to hear
No,
French.
I like it, but I would prefer instead of
The
French
dialect.
accent on English,
Mm-hmm.
just French on French.
Gotcha. Gotcha. No, the French speaking English is so good. How do you say it?
Magnifique.
It's magnifique. Like Mont Blanc. We saw
Mm-hmm.
so much Mont Blanc. I every time reminded of you because I immediately go. That's if someone was listening, they would have caught me. Every time I saw Mont Blanc, I'm like, oh, that's Mont Blanc, and I would say that out loud, and no one would say anything else. And I'm like, that's when they would have got me because that slipped every time. Also, what slipped was me fearful for my life because they drive on the different side of the vehicle. So there was one time we were crossing the street, and
I just imagine someone had the passenger seat, no one was sitting there, and you just saw a car.
that happened regularly. Like I'm like, what the fuck? It looks like the car's driving itself, and then you're like, oh, it's to the other side. This one was worse because there was a woman sitting on where in America the driving wheel, the steering wheel would be. It was just a lady there, and she goes as the car was approaching us, goes and starts picking shit up from behind. I'm like, woman, you're gonna hit us. And I'm like, oh no, the guy next door is just looking dead at me like, what are you doing? Keep walking. And that freaked me the fuck out. Because I did not know that was the passenger seat at the time. I would forget. I could literally see a car pass by. I'm like, oh, they drive on the other side. And then immediately what you just described of like, that car's driving by itself. I'm like, oh no, wait, I just fucking remembered, dude. Or just figured it out. And it's hard to retain that information. I don't know why. Um, the speed limit signs there are just a number circled by a red line. It doesn't even say speed limit on the fucking sign. And I'm like, I guess that's the speed limit. They know what they're doing out there. Um,
I need to go, man.
Shout out to London. It was a great time. I
Shop at the
can't.
mall.
Yeah, shop at the mall. I can't wait to go back. It was a really fun time. Thank you for having us there. All of London had me there. Like they were waiting for me. At the airport. They were like, everybody in London was at the airport with the sign that said my name on it. And it's just a picture.
Central C was there. Skepta was there.
Yeah, dude. I was really hoping in the back of my mind, I'm like, I need to run into somebody from Ted Lasso. I need to run into somebody, please. Or even Skepta, or like I need to run into someone famous from here. I don't know why I wanted to. But any of them. Keely, maybe she lives there or something. Um oh my god, what's her name? Owns
Character or actress?
both, the one who owns a team. Tall
Rebecca.
Rebecca, like I forgot her her real name, but
Hannah something. Maybe?
Hannah, that's what it was. If she was there,
Is it?
I think it's Hannah. You're right. I don't remember her last name. It's Hannah W something. I think it is. Anywho,
Rebecca. Ted Lasso. Rebecca. What's her character?
yep,
Fucking stupid.
it's Hannah. So
Hannah Waddingham.
yeah, it is
Waddingham.
W. Yeah, or like Brett. Like if I see Brett like walking around, I'm like, oi! Like I'm sure that's someone that would be acceptable for me to do it, right?
You ever heard him in an interview?
Yeah, he's very like not deep voiced at all. He's just like I would have been great to just hang out or just take a picture and move on, I guess. Or Coach Beer says he's there all the time, but or he lives there, so like I didn't see him. Not that I've scoured every
You're checking
road.
for him.
Yeah, I wasn't like
He said check in with you when you're there.
yeah, like I didn't do any of that stuff. I was just hoping. Hey, I was at Richmond walking around. I'm like maybe he's chilling here, or I don't know where he lives. But shout out to London. It was great.
Shop at the mall.
Yeah, dude. We'll be back next week with our regularly scheduled programming, I guess. That's it. Thank you guys for watching, listening, both. We'll be back next week. Bye.